Welcome to the test zone. It's going to be very simple, but very profound test. For this test, I would love for you to get pen and paper. Just one page is enough and a good pen to write with. So I'm going to give you some time to perhaps pause this video so you can get ready. And if you're ready, you have your pen and paper. It's going to be a very simple but profound test. So you'll have 20 seconds and I'm going to be setting 20 seconds for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And as soon as I ask you this question that you're going to be writing on, you're going to start writing without thinking too much. Just whatever comes into your mind, I'm going to write it down. Okay? And then we'll see where we are. Are we ready? Okay. So write on that piece of paper, who do you love? Who do you love? Start 20 seconds. Beautiful. And you have to stop, please. Your list. And before we go to the results, let's just take a couple of good breaths here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose and try to slow down your exhalation and see if you can notice and feel your heartbeat. And then again, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Notice your heartbeat. Great. And now let's reveal the results of this test. So take a look at your list and notice, are you on the list? And if you are just like my typical client, I have to say that you're not on the list. Are you? Are you surprised with this revelation? I know my clients usually respond in this way, but I really love myself. I'm not sure. Like, I don't think I understood the question right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I love myself. Like, I know I do. And yes, that's awesome. Perhaps intellectually and cognitively, in our mind, we have an idea that, yeah, I should be loving myself. And it's fine. But subconsciously and through this exercise, we also can reveal how much perhaps you are actually embodying this concept, this love that you are within your whole energy, within your whole psychic, within your whole resonance of who you are. And this test reveals that perhaps there is some work that needs to be done to bring it from here to here. Because like I said previously, just because you schedule yourself in your self-care practices on the schedule, it does not mean that it's reflecting your unconditional love to yourself. And for now, I just invite you to accept this result. Like, okay, I'm not on the list. And also notice that voice that comes up and starts defending you. Because our ego, which is part of us, likes to defend. It likes to do its job to protect and prevent. So if you start noticing that defensive language, that's your ego is trying to work for you. But the essence, which is the other part of you, it always knows and it always feels, and it's always divine love. And perhaps that's where we want to create a bridge to get to know your essence and then really feel embodied with that self-love. But let's just explore this for a moment. If you're not on the list, of who do you love, right? Of who you love, how would you be showing up for yourself in life? What would be your self-language like? Would it be filled with criticism, judgment, harsh language? Do you know that part of you? And if you do know that part of you, just like most of my clients, that inner critic, do you love that inner critic within you? Or do you kind of like not liking her and kind of like hating her and want her to like to go away? And then you start working so hard to push her away because it doesn't feel good and she doesn't talk to you nicely. But that's the moment of self-love. So how do you show up for your dreams, for your goals, for your intentions, if you're not on the list? And you can continue asking those questions throughout the day, throughout the weeks, because right now you are aware. And this test simply allows you to be aware. That's why the question I asked you earlier in the first video, I invite you to start asking this question more and more often. What am I doing right now? How I'm showing up right now? The energy that I'm fueling my actions with, do they come from that self-love? If I've loved myself fully and completely, would I be doing this? If I loved myself fully and completely, would I be saying this? If I loved myself fully and completely, how would I be responding to this situation or this conversation or this person? And you're going to start learning a lot about yourself. And again, it's a first step. It's the awareness. So if you are one of the rare cases, I've had that happen, and you are actually on the list, then the next question to ask, are you first on the list, somewhere in the middle, or you're at the bottom? And depending on where you are, perhaps in the middle or at the bottom, what it tells me about you and how you see yourself is that you see yourself separate from them, whoever is on the list. Most likely it's your family, it's your kids, it's your spouse, and so on, or whatever else you put there, whoever else. So that tells me that your language and your understanding, your perception is that you live in that world of separation. So I am here, they're there. And usually if you are a typical client that I work with, you most likely identify yourself with being a strong and independent woman who is known to solve problems, put down fires, and so on. And if that's true, then most likely your language, as you set your priorities and make schedules or figure it out who is who and where, you ask yourself, it's either me or them. It's either I or them. So notice that. Notice how it feels. Bring it in your body and experience it. When you start now being, again, aware of how you're approaching the priorities, the schedules, and so on. Notice how it feels in your body. And let me know. So try to actually allow yourself and your mind to start opening for an idea that you matter. You matter too. And one of the most profound words that you can start adding and training yourself on to see how it fits and see how it feels and what it can create as you let your mind start thinking this way, And the word is and, E-A-N-D. It's how I and them matter. It's how I go after my desires and help my whatever desires. Just by asking this question, your mind starts creating many different solutions and ideas, more than just A or B, because mind is creative. If you start putting the right information into it. And also the energy behind is going to be you learning to love yourself and them. Valuing yourself and your efforts and theirs. Because you can only be valued outside of you to the degree you value inside of you. To the degree that you value yourself, basically. All right. Well, so how do you feel? Are you confused? Are you relieved? Are you mad? Are you upset? Are you frustrated? All of that is welcome. Because if that's what's coming up for you right now, that's what it is. And I invite you to take a moment, and let's do it together, to just come to the body, from the mind into the body. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and just drop your awareness into the body and take this moment to feel. What is it exactly that you are feeling? This is your moment to feel you. Feel that inner you, that inner energy of who you are. And all of that, whatever is showing up, is welcome right here, right now. And if it feels uncomfortable, this is your moment of self-love. Can you love yourself? Can you accept yourself unconditionally, even if it feels uncomfortable? And you can open your eyes. It's your journey if you want to take it. And just know that beyond that discomfort is this beautiful, amazing relationship that you are yearning for, and it's totally available to you. The relationship where you matter, the relationship where your divine presence matters, that relationship that feels good, not just because you're good, but because you know deep inside that you're love, that you're waking up to. And you don't need to work hard or prove or deserve or be worthy of love or be enough of love. None of it. What you want to do and experience is simply accept, receive your gift as you and the love within you, and embody it just by you being you. The divine creator created you the way you are, and there is a meaning and reason for you to be here. So welcome home. This is your first door that is opening up to the consciousness and self-love and the divine presence of who you're meant to be.